I don't know how people do this. Like, it looks so easy and natural when they do it, but hey, my name is Aaron. I'm a film student. I made this channel to talk about what I'm learning in my own journey to become a film professional. And if you are like me, a creative in the early part of your career, I hope that you could learn something from what I'm talking about. And I want to learn too. Talking about it helps me learn. So let's do that together. Today I want to talk about a topic that is pretty close to my heart because ever since I started getting serious about video 2 years ago, this has been one of the top 3 things that has helped me improve fast. And that thing is sharing your work in public. And a lot of people are scared of that. So I want to talk about it for a few minutes and hopefully convince you why you should do that. So what's the first reason that we as creatives don't share our work in public? Well, I think it's because it's scary, right? We, I think, are our own harshest critics, and to put your work out there, especially one that you know is imperfect or does not measure up to the people that you look up to in that space, that's scary because that opens yourself up to judgment. And so that, I think that is a very strange aspect of this, where actually to put your work out in public, you have to be really humble. And it's a kind of arrogance that actually keeps us from sharing our work because we don't want people to judge it. We don't want people to have the chance to criticize it, right? So we keep that work hidden so no one can see that. But funnily enough, even though you think that someone who is willing to stand up on a platform and put their work out there, that person must be proud or something. No, I actually think it takes a kind of humility to do that because you recognize that my work is not perfect, but it's okay. People are gonna see it anyway. So I think that's the first reason why you should put your work out there as a creative, because that takes a kind of humility that is really important for becoming better in the creative process. All right, the second reason why I think you should share your work is because it gives you credibility. Now imagine you are trying to find out more about a company and you go to their Instagram and their last post was from 3 years ago, or they only have 4 posts. That doesn't give you a great impression of their credibility or their seriousness, right? Same way for yourself. If your Instagram or wherever you put your portfolio, your content online, if it's not recent, if you only have a couple of things on it, or worse, you don't have one at all, that does not speak well to your seriousness in this field. And what my portfolio has done for me is it's really helped me to network. It's helped me to speak to future employers and they look at it. And by seeing the number of posts that I've had and looking at the content and how long I've done it, this shows that I've been serious about this for a long time and I've been consistent and I've done it for a while. And so that makes them more willing to engage with me. That gives me credibility, which is really valuable for someone, like us who are early in our career and we're looking for credibility in any space that we can, in any way that we can, because we don't have a lot of jobs or things that we can put on our resume at this point. And you don't get to control that really, but what you do get to control is what you put online. So if you start posting your work today, just post once a week or something, and you start building up a lot of credibility for yourself in one of the best ways that you can at this stage of your career. The third and the most important reason why I think you should be putting your work online is because it helps you complete the creative process. Why is that important? Well, I think a lot of times people get stuck. They come up with an idea, but then they don't ever release it. And so that creative process is never quite finished. And because your project isn't finished, you're always like, there's something wrong with it. I could go back and change it. You're never really done with it and you can't go back and critically reflect on what you could have done differently. And so what posting your stuff online is, it puts a definite full stop on that project. You shoot, you edit, and you put it out in the world. And once you put it out there, it's done. You can't change anything about it, even if you want to. And so you are forced to accept it for what it is, and then you can reflect on it and apply it to the next project. And so I think that's the top reason for me why you should share your work online. And so those are the 3 reasons why I think you should create a portfolio, whether it's on a website, on an Instagram, and start posting to it today, because it helps you to be more humble as a creative. It helps you with credibility, which is super important for us at this stage in our career. And it helps you do the creative process as many times as possible, and that's a way that you can level up really, really fast. And so what I'd recommend for you is to just get out there and do it. And I'll send this message to myself as well. Because remember, we all need to get good. We can get good. And the best time to start is today. Thank you. Is that how you end one of these things?